Hello everyone, you are on the Moby channel and I am glad to see you on my channel again. I recently conducted a survey in my community tab about whether you want to see the analysis on Skibidi Multiverse, and by the number of likes on the post and comments, I realized that you want to see from me the analysis of this version of Skibidi Toilet. Don't worry, I will also shoot reviews and theories on the original Skibidi Toilet series. Only when we are waiting for a new episode, I will sometimes release such videos, so if you like this analysis of Skibidi Multiverse, then be sure to like it. Let's get 10,000 likes under this video and subscribe to the channel. After all, something very interesting is waiting for you soon, and to be in the course of all the news, then go to my Discord channel by the link in the description, and we begin. To begin with, let's explain to you what Skibidi Toilet Multiverse is. These are the same Skibidi Toilet, but only the events take place in a different universe and the plot in it unfolds a little differently. At the moment there is a large number of Skibidi Multiverse, but I know that you liked the version where CLOCKMAN's agents exist. And then I'll probably start analyzing all the episodes of Skibidi Toilet Multiverse. Links to the authors will also be in the description, so be sure to subscribe to them too after watching this video. We begin the analysis. The episode begins with how Astro Toilets attack the Titans Cameraman and Speakerman, who are already familiar to us. They start attacking agents and the Titan Speakerman flies to protect them, while the Titan Cameraman is attacked by Astro Toilet and they use weapons unknown to us. I assume that this ray takes the reactor energy from the Titan Cameraman, and at a time when Titan Cameraman protects his reactor, a Skibidi parasite flies up from behind and bites into Titan Cameraman. From surprise, he falls to his knees and does not understand what is happening. Next, the Titan Speakerman notices this and tries to help his friend, but he is immediately attacked by Astro Toilet with the same weapon. The Titan Cameraman system tries to fight the Skibidi parasite, and then he flies away in an unknown direction, and Astro Toilet flies after him, followed by Titan Speakerman, leaving his agents without. For example, in this frame you can see how agents are absolutely helpless and afraid of toilets. Then our POV operator is attacked by Skibidi Cyberpunk, similar to what we have already seen in the original series Skibidi Toilet from DaFuq in episode 49. But if TV Woman saved the operator's POV in that universe, then CLOCKMAN agent came to the rescue. And while our POV operator was getting up, we can notice another agent, and literally in a second we see him completely. This is also a CLOCKMAN agent. He has an interesting hat on his head, and also their head is a clock. This agent greets us and gives us a watch. This is an analog of the protective lens that TV Mans gave us in the original series, but since this is a different universe, CLOCKMAN agents give us a special watch here, and you will find out what they are for later. The POV operator picks up this watch, turns a little and sees how the agents of the Speakermen and Cameramen are attacked by large toilets. Then the camera turns and we see even more different CLOCKMAN's agents. Next, we are shown a close-up of the head of a big CLOCKMAN agent, and when the hands of the clock reach 12, this agent activates its superpower and it looks very impressive. And then, as we see, it stops all the time. But CLOCKMAN can move, and we can also notice that the Cameraman agent also sees everything that is happening. And then we realize that the clock that CLOCKMAN agents gave allows agents to move at the moment when time has stopped. We can understand this when the CLOCKMAN puts a watch on the Speakerman's agent and he starts moving. Next, we are shown how the Cameraman agent examines the watch that his new friends gave him, and suddenly CLOCKMAN appears, who turns out to have dynamite in his hands. And while time is stopped, agents are placing dynamites on the Skibidi Toilet. And when they're done doing that, Big Agent CLOCKMAN resumes time again and all the toilets explode. The Cameraman shows the legendary like to the CLOCKMAN agent, and this ends the first episode. Write in the comments how you like this episode from 1 to 10. Yes, in this universe, the Titans are not too attentive, because in the original Skibidi Toilet universe, the Titan Cameraman easily caught and destroyed the Skibidi parasite in episode 57. And here, as we can see, he failed to do it. I think from this episode you roughly understand what awaits us next, so we move on to the analysis of the second episode of Skibidi Toilet Multiverse. The second episode begins with the Cameraman agents preparing for an attack from the toilets. In this universe they also have paralyzing guns, which we could see in the original series in episode 53 and 54. Then the camera turns and we see the CLOCKMAN's agents again. They are surrounded, and in order to gain time to get away from this place, CLOCKMAN's agents activate their abilities again and stop time. Then one of the agents puts one of their toilets right in the epicenter of the explosion, flies away, and the agents restore time again. This destroys the dangerous Skibidi toilet and a helicopter arrives for the agents, and it happened just in time, because then we see how the agents go to the titanium-sized Skibidi toilet. Big Agent CLOCKMAN is trying to activate his ability again, but his powers were already running out, so he couldn't activate them. All agents fly away in the CLOCKMAN agent's helicopter. And while they are flying, they show us what is happening at the headquarters of CLOCKMAN's agents. And their agent Speakerman teaches Agent CLOCKMAN to dance his signature dance. At first CLOCKMAN does not understand how to do it, but then the Speakerman shows it again only more slowly, and then Agent CLOCKMAN understands how to dance, and they dance the Speakerman dance together. For this funny moment in the series, I definitely like it. Next, we are shown that the CLOCKMAN's helicopter has almost arrived, and we finally see what the laboratory or the headquarters of CLOCKMAN's agents looks like. Then they show us the apartment inside, and we are met by a new CLOCKMAN agent. The apartment inside is completely made of some kind of gold metal alloy, perhaps even this is gold. Next, we are shown how all the agents go inside. One of them approaches the flask with a sluggish rose. He activates his abilities and the rose becomes fresh and beautiful again. And this flask reminded me of the fairy tale The Little Prince. Also in this frame on the right we can notice an interesting figure. Maybe it means something, or it's just a decorative element. Then another CLOCKMAN agent runs up to the other and they start hitting each other funny with their palms. POV cameraman turns and a cuckoo flies out of the CLOCKMAN's clock. This is also another funny moment. Next, the agents receive a message on the computer, as I understood in Morse code. And if you know how this message is translated, then write it in the comments. It will be very interesting for me to read them. Also on their computer you can notice the inscription future. Perhaps this is a hint that this message says what will happen next. Next, the alarm clock agent shows us the door. The agents go out on the balcony and see that their base is surrounded by Skibidi toilet. Among them you can notice the Skibidi skeleton, which we remember from the original series from episode 55. Then you can notice the Skibidi saw from episode 48 and the Skibidi saw from episode 47. Then we hear the loud sound of the clock, epic music begins to play. And in the reflection of the cameraman's camera, we can notice an unknown silhouette, and only later will we find out that this is CLOCKMAN Titan. He rewound the time to the moment when CLOCKMANs first showed themselves. Our POV cameraman ended up on the roof, and below we can see how the toilets are attacking TV Man's agents. And at this point we understand that there are also agents of TV Man and TV Woman in this universe. The camera turns and we see a Skibidi hybrid coming at us. We hear the loud ringing of the clock again and see how the Skibidi hybrid is frightened by what he sees in front of him. Time slows down and the hybrid is destroyed by a flying golden saw. Then the camera turns and we see the CLOCKMAN of Titan. He charges his time cannon and starts destroying opponents. On one of the flying Skibidi toilet we see how his gun works. When an energy projectile hits an enemy, it stops him in time. Then the camera turns and we see how Skibidi Saw wants to attack the Titan. Then the Titan charges his time cannon again and fires it at the enemy. He slows down. After that the CLOCKMAN Titan activates his time spell, casts an energy cannon projectile with another action and shoots at the enemy again. This green projectile parasitizes the enemy and forces him to fight for the side of the agents. We can understand this from the further actions of the Skibidi Saw. Because when Astro Toilets arrive, the Skibidi Saw destroys first one and then the other Astro Toilet. Next, in CLOCKMAN Titan, some kind of energy projectile flies into the back and an explosion occurs. The POV operator turns and we see the Skibidi of the Titan scientist. The camera turns back to Titan and we understand that the next episode will be more epic. This ends the third episode of Skibidi Toilet Multiverse. And let me finish the analysis with this. If you want to see the continuation of this Skibidi series, then write about it in the comments and show your activity on this video. If it gets 7,000 likes, then I continue to analyze this series. Today a new episode 7 has already been released, so hurry up to put likes if you want to speed up the release of this video. See you soon.